Hello everyone, welcome to Bubble Address. My name is Sutton Spears. We're with the wonderful Asia Bliss.
Hello.
Woohoo, toodles, toodles, toodles. Well, once again, just happy Valentine's Day, and we have a number of topics we want to talk about. Is dating really dead? Is dating really dead?
I would say that it is for the most part.
It is for the most part, yeah. So we want to focus on dating really dead. We want to focus on like when should one date, especially when it deals with online like dating. Also, we want to talk about, when is the cutoff or when is the deadline on having sex, or is there a deadline? Hey girl, how's it going?
Going good. How are you?
Good. I hear it's Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Why is it so nice? Why are you so just so vague and fake about it? Like, why is it just so
I'm
nice?
not. That's my real response.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually celebrate it.
Why?
I don't know. I usually have. I'm not usually dating someone by the time it comes.
True.
I guess that's a good answer.
Because it seems like everybody want to go motherfucking ghost around the time. Is that true for you? Like, they seem to go ghost. They might fuck you before Valentine's Day happened, and then boom.
No, it's usually, I don't know. Sometimes it's either somebody that I know and we kind of start talking more, or it be somebody new. So everybody seem like they don't know, want to hang out that day or something.
Excuses. And I think it falls on a Monday this year, which is, I don't ever keep track, but
It does.
yeah, but I feel like
I work that day, so I'd rather be making money than spending my money on some lame.
Exactly. But
because they usually don't have any money anyway.
Broke. We need some independency. But to answer your question earlier that you said when we were off camera, you said, have I had a Valentine's Day? And for the past 2 years, I actually had a Valentine's.
You like it right there?
I don't know, it just
You
happened
like
in a way. No, it just back here, it's cute. But yeah, but I've had a Valentine's date these past 2 years. It's been with a guy who's also been single, and the thing is, I actually agreed to say that I was gonna marry him if I had not married in 5 years, because dating is literally dead, and that's what we're gonna talk about. Is dating dead in the LGBTQ community?
So 5 years from
Now
21.
Well, 5 years from 21, but I don't think I'm gonna really marry him. But it's just a joke.
It's just something interesting to say.
So, yeah, do you think dating is dead?
Well, dating here in Michigan is different in other places. Like being born and raised here in Michigan, yeah, I'll say it's dead, majority. But you do have your sprinkle of men who will take you on a date.
But girl, how many men have asked you on a date? That's what I'm trying to get at. Is dating fucking dead in Michigan? Because girl, we don't go on dates. Between me and you, you're one of my best friends. People only want to fucking hook up, and that's what I want to address today. Dating. Why is it so hard to go on a fucking date? We're worthy to go on dates. We're quality fucking women, or quality fucking people, and why is it so hard to go on a fucking date? So what do you think is the fucking problem?
I say it's multiple reasons, and just men, they don't have that, I don't know, I guess this generation, they don't have that teaching of what a man is supposed to, how he's supposed to court the person that he's getting to know. A lot of people want to be the dominant partner, but they don't want to do the things that come with that. They don't want to take you out on dates. They all want to just receive everything. Not putting in any or too much work at all.
So for the people viewing, how would one go about getting a date? Is it something we have to ask? How do you get a fucking date in 2022?
I mean, it seems like you pretty much just have to just cut the whole interest off on wanting to date anybody or even getting to know anybody and just let it come to you. It's so boring, so lonely.
But has that worked for you?
Yeah. It works more for me when I don't look for anybody and I just go about my life, and people approach in public hey, how you doing? Can I take you out? Yeah, I've had that. Most recently when I went to the casino, it was a guy, he came up to me, he's like, hey, I was going to go and get something to eat. You want to go over with me and get something to eat? We talk and, get to know each other and things like that. So it was when you're not looking or you don't really have that interest, or because it seems like the ways that we try to find somebody is not the ways that will work out the best. And those guys usually are not trying to date, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like we do live in this hookup culture, and I feel like I talk about this topic over and over and over again, but like, what does a bitch have to do to go on a date? And the things, like you said, don't be as hungry. And like, literally, I've made, like, I literally work 7 days a week now because guys, like, literally waste my damn time. So it's just I guess I kind of do that when, like, because I don't have time for, like, you know, the grinders and all the apps like I used to when I was, like, looking hungrily because, you know, I work, like, now. It's just, like, I preoccupy my time. So, like, guys, they have been a little more, I don't know, wanting to see me opposed to, you know, in the past where, you know, I was always, you know, available. So I guess based on like what you said, I guess it's just like, I guess the key is not to be as available, but available enough to, you know, be able to, you know, be receptive to go on a date. Because I know like a lot of guys, like I'm a club girl and I'm looking like, okay, boy, if you want to get in these pants, at least meet me halfway, meet me at a club, do something I like. And I've even mentioned, like, you know, as far as like going to the movies and guys like, oh, that's not a, you know, like just dick.
They always want to go like, let's do it at the house.
Yeah, or let's do it at the house. But it mentioned a movie, they'd be like, okay, it's not a comfortable place to talk. You know, you can't really talk to you at a blah blah blah. But then when you mention like, you know, like you can talk at bars too. But I mean, it's just like there's just always like some excuse on excuse on excuse. Like I'm a conversationalist. Like some girls, like we will talk. Like just break the ice. Just do something. Like, stop making up excuses. Like, if I need to buy your ticket to a movie, baby, I will. But, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like dating is different for, like, a lot of people.
But then I also think that, I mean, I'm guilty of it. I think another thing is that we don't hold men accountable to, you know, well, when you come across a person and you see what they're about and they're not that type of person that's going to date, and they may be just centered on a hookup, or I'm just looking for something in the now. You know, because they're attractive and because we might like them or be interested in them, we'll settle for that, you know, and then we'll end up coming up short.
But I check most of the asses at the door, and that's like another reason, like, and it's just like, that's like another reason I come off like hard at the door, and I guess I need to just like not necessarily soften up, but I mean, I guess let some stuff play out because I can be a little controlling. So girls, we can't be as controlling. Sometimes you gotta play like not necessarily the submissive role, but you gotta kind of like tail back just a little bit and kind of like let stuff happen. But to me, I just feel like it's always like a hook, like you said, like it's always like a hookup. It's like you always gotta fuck first. Like why is our culture so based on like, you know, fucking first and then dating? Like I don't feel like everybody deserves your body.
It's very rare that you meet somebody even when they just like, what you doing? Like, let's go see a movie tonight, or like let's go get something to eat tonight, or it's Friday night, let's go out to a bar. Like I very rarely have somebody contact me, like even if it's on an app or something, that just, you know what I'm saying, want to do something because it's, you know, they find you attractive, they want to get to know you, and it's like a Friday or Saturday night. It's always, let's chill. You got your own place. You know what I'm saying? It's always trying to get to like an intimate setting instead of going out and doing something.
So another thing I wanted to hit on, like, say for instance, if you're chatting with a guy online, like, it's going on 2 weeks. Like, when is the cutoff to, like, you know, literally just, like, you know, cut that person off? I feel like 2 weeks is a long damn time. I feel like after 3 days, if y'all ain't met up, it ain't serious. Because they go into that next week, and it's just, like, a waste of damn time. I just feel like that's something we need to call people on. Like, bitch, I mean, I know it's a pandemic, but at the same time, I just feel like if it's lingering past 2 weeks, you're not interested. You're not serious. It's called, you make time for...
Yeah, you make time for the things you want and what's important. I mean, I feel like if that person is really, like, trying to put in effort, you know what I'm saying, maybe, like, y'all video chatting. If this person is, like,
right.
if that person is more so giving off the energy, like, calling, texting, videoing me, like, really interested in me, you know what I'm saying, even though it's been these period of days or time, if they show that they're really interested, but they, like, it's the reason why we ain't met, okay. But if I have to be the one, like, constantly, like, kidding you up, you know, then those are the situations where I was like, easy, and you should let that people like that go. But, you know, I've met people who kind of done things that they weren't used to, like Some people are not used to video chat.
Yeah, comfortable.
And I'm like, well, let's video chat. You know, let's talk on the phone, see each other sometime. You know, even if we don't get together for a whole bunch of time, like, you know, if I'm coming across that area you're in or you're coming across the area I'm in, let me just stop by, say hello. You know what I'm saying? At least get to a point to meet the person in person.
Especially if you're doing this on like dating apps, because like the thing is, we do get lost in dating apps. We'll find somebody the next day, and then it'll just, you know, it'll go on this like vicious bad cycle, and you end up not dating the person. So I just feel like there should be at least like no more than a week of a cutoff, or like no more than 2 weeks. Like we'll give it like a 2-week notice, like a job. But like there needs to be, you know, effort to like, you know, really making something happen, because otherwise you're just wasting people's time. And some of us ladies, I mean, time is ticking. Some of us want to be married. And I just feel like you got, like, stop playing games, stop playing with people's time, and I feel like the dating culture, it'll, like, be so much better. Honestly, all right. So, Asia, is there, like, really a deadline on sex? Like, do you think there's a deadline on sex? Or, like, when one should have sex with a person?
I personally think that you should at least be able to go out on a first meet before you guys have sex.
So it's like a first meet. So that's just like your rules. You don't feel like, you know, like, I mean, like, I don't judge people who give sex, you know, when they first meet a person, but at the end of the day, like,
well, if you're looking for something serious, like if you and this person has both said that, you know, you guys are looking for something serious and you want to get to know each other for that reason, I think that you should at least go out and hang out and meet, you know, somewhere to get to know each other before you have sex.
Yeah, and definitely not that, like, house or whatever.
Yeah, not at your home. Yeah, somewhere out public. Go to the drive-in. The drive-in's still open.
And you can socialize in the drive-in. Exactly. Yeah, because my mother, she always tell me, she's just like, Saladin, you need to just stop. She don't call me Saladin. I'm just not telling you my real name. But anyways, she always says, you know, you shouldn't, like, bring individuals to your home, because, I mean,
for many reasons.
Especially for safety reasons, but at the same time, it's just, like, people devalue you that way. And
They steal.
But the thing is, if you got to really put in the effort to, you know, getting someone to like you, and that's how you can test if somebody's, like, you know, on a serious level, or, you know, or it doesn't even have to be a serious level, because I'm not always looking for a relationship, but I do want something like, you know, consistency, some stability. I do want a little emotion, a little attachment, a little human, because I mean, we do live in this world where it's polygamy, polyamory, and I mean, and people can still, you know, give that love and, you know, that desire, but at the same time, I just feel like, you know, it's something I need to work on too, because I mean, I love to cuddle, but I mean, like, you gotta get to know people outside of the dating apps, which, you know, can prolong for, you know, a very long time, which we kind of talked about earlier. Like,
and knowing what you want, you know, you can't say you're looking for a relationship, but you're open to having all these, you know, random hookups with people, you know, or you can't be out in the hookups and you saying you want a relationship. You know, you have to stick with what you want. You can't
switch up.
Yeah, you can't switch up, because it's gonna affect your goal. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay focused on what you're looking for. You don't want to, like, make exceptions or change and adjust too much for other things because you can't find what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Don't settle for people that want to just have sex with you because you both find each other attractive and stuff. In the meantime, you know. But I learned that too, so now, like, you know, you come across people that's, like, attractive, you're like, dang, he's cute. Ooh, let me get to know him. But what he's looking for, you know, a friend with benefits, sometime hang out, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But then you're in your mind, you're like, I'm looking for a relationship. So it's like, I come to say, like, well, now I have to just stick with looking for men who want a relationship, who want to date.
Yeah, and it's hard to say that, because I don't like, I mean, I guess you got to put it in the universe, because I don't like to say, okay, I'm looking to date, or I'm looking for a relationship, because I feel like you have, like, those fake people who, you know, try to, like, be the definition of what you're looking for. So I kind of just, like it to happen, like, organically, and like we talked about earlier, which probably got cut off, be open to fucking traveling and, you know, getting out of your box, your bubble, and just, and people will gravitate towards you. And the same, like she said earlier, like, with like, you know, the dating on the apps. Like, maneuver your dating app and write it to, like, what you're basically looking for without sounding too thirsty, but just like make it to where
And if you're trying to date, you know what I'm saying, like,
say that. I guess you gotta say
you
it.
know, I feel like if you're
it.
trying to date, I feel like you should not have Grinder and Jacked on your phone at all times. Now, when you just looking for something random, download it, you know what I'm saying, search for that day, but I don't think you should have it on there full time, all day, all night.
But I think
it should be like a drink.
But with these apps, they're so toxic, and I'm the kind of person, I'm not gonna like delete the app, because I see a lot of people, they delete these apps and they're back on. It's like, what's the point?
But come back when you're looking for what's on the app.
Or just log the hell out. I mean, that's
if
you're
able to log out,
if you're powerful to do it.
If it's just for a hookup, let it be something that you're going to either log back into or download when you're looking for a hookup. You know, don't let it be accessible to you. You know what I'm saying? So you're distracted by people constantly hitting you up. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get out of the habit of hooking up and you want to date, you know what I'm saying, you have to stick with what you're saying you're looking for.
And let's talk about this other fun topic, because we're going on a little tangent here. But like, I'm a girl who, like, I mean, and I don't like to shame men on their size or nothing like that. But the thing is, just like in my dating apps, I like to say I like 7+ and bigger, just to like weed out men. And
I make them send me pictures of it.
Okay, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that city girl shit. But the thing is, and it's not like I'm necessarily looking for sex. It's just like I just don't want to hold you up. I don't want to waste your time. And I know, like, once again, everybody isn't birthed with certain anatomies, but at the same time, it's just like we don't want to waste your time. But just because we're asking.
A guy told me I was discriminating.
They've been talking about Nelly these days too, Nelly and Lil Fizz. I know you've seen those pictures on Twitter, but that's a whole nother topic. But the thing,
so the guy was saying that I was discriminating because I put on my page that I prefer a man that has 8 inches or more endowment.
Ooh, girl, that's big.
And so
and girth, baby, girth.
Yeah, he was girth, about 2 inches at least of girth. Come on now with it, 1.5. I won't say 2, 1.5.
Ooh.
So. He said I was discriminating. I'm like, no, I just know what this hoe likes and what works for this hoe.
And what turns us on.
Yeah, it don't have nothing to do with any of that.
And a whole nother tangent, baby, keep it up. So like, don't be putting
not hoe. Hole.
Yeah, because I thought you said hoe at first, and not her hole. But yeah, okay. But our last little fun topic that we want to talk about, and we're gonna just get straight into it, is like, who pays for the dates?
I feel like if you're a person that always has paid in the past because you always had a job or some money or whatever, I feel like you should be trying to find others that are willing to pay for the dates.
For me, I'm like an independent bitch, so like.
And one pay for the date, one pay for the gas. Like, compensate.
Yeah, compensate. And I feel like, okay, a fair. But I'm the kind of person, like, because a lot of people, like, because I've been in one relationship where, the guy,
he full tank of gas.
$20. Where he paid for minimum. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Especially if you, yeah. That's a whole nother topic with the travel and the expense and blah, blah, blah. And baby, yeah, you gotta cut some bread. But when it comes to dating, I don't know. I mean, it all depends on, like, the establishment. I mean, like, if you're, like, early in the dating, I mean, I feel like, okay, both of y'all pay for your own dates. And then, like, if it gets to a point where you're comfortable and you love a person, then, I mean.
I guess it also depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, it all
like,
depends
if
on
I'm
what
looking for a man that's going to take me out, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to be a conversation we're going to have. Like, okay, you want to go on a date?
Yeah.
So if you're a man that want to take me out, you should be the one that is paying for the date. Now, if I'm seeking you and I'm interested in you, then probably I should be paying for the date.
So you are a lady, so it's kind of like different in your respect, but at the same.
But I think whoever's the one that's seeking that person should be paying for the date.
Well, honey, I ain't paying that much for a 5-star restaurant. I mean, it all depends on the income what I have. But I mean, if I like a person and it's just like, it's like.
Are you doing all the seeking?
No, like you said, I'm always the seeking. I'm always putting all the power. I'm always the aggressor. I'm always doing all the damn work. But anyways, going back to like this dating thing, like, honey, and paying for dating. Like, when it comes to a girl like me, baby, I got my own. But like, I mean, if you want to pay, baby, you can if you want to. But I'm not begging, I'm not asking, because I'm an independent girl. Just to let you know.
Like I said, my first experience, like, before I became, to my full expression, being trans, when I dated and I was male, I was like in Atlanta, and it was a guy who took me out, and it was no discussion about who was paying for anything. We got there, he's like, I got everything, for us. I'll take care of everything. Pay for the movie, pay for the dinner, pay for the bowling. I didn't know him that well, so we met together at the place that we met up. That's a good thing too. Drive your own vehicle, get your own Lyft, get your own Uber. Don't ride with somebody you just meet and you don't know them. Have your own route to get there and from. And he paid for everything. So it's like that's why I was saying that when you go to different places, you get a different. Yeah.
So hello everyone. Once again, we just really we enjoyed your time, and just the takeaway message from this is know your worth. Don't settle for less. Change up your atmospheres and the people that you're dating, because sometimes you attract fleas, and if you're attracting that same character who has nothing to bring to the table, it's time to cut it off. And we're going to try to live by these testimonies.
Yeah, because we get in the habit of dating the same types of people.
And it's toxic. And
because what do you think about when you find good people, but they don't have shit going for themselves?
It is literally a waste of time. You got to just know when to cut it off, because, people are draining. And your mental health, that's what's most important. And sometimes you got to just put yourself first. And we're bad at it, and that's why we're making this lonely-ass video. But at the end of the day, if there's any other topics you want to talk about, because City Girls got things to do
you got to focus on yourself. Most importantly, you have to focus on yourself. And, if you meet somebody and they're not focusing on themselves, that's really just going to weigh you down and take from you. Because you got to try to help another person get to close to where you at. And most times they don't even want it. They don't really have the interest to drive. They're not really trying to do that. So you have to really try to meet people on your level. You know what I'm saying?
Sadly.
Yeah, sadly. Try to stay from going below your level, because that'd be where the bullshit comes in.
Exactly. And know your fucking worth.
Yeah.
So this is Salatin Spears. This is Mrs. Asia Bliss. And just
make these pussies talk.
This pussy from the hood.
Okay.
This pussy from the project. This pussy
Louis, Chanel, Gucci. Make these pussies talk, baby.
Yeah.
Asian, Japanese.
Girl, we fucking up these lyrics. But have a nice day, and more to come. Kisses. Happy Valentine's Day. Mwah.